Yes, so the read is about changing your life. So many of us grow up thinking that, at least in India, they have this. I don't know about international countries. I think they also go to astrologers and stuff. But in India, you have this thing about astrology and predictions and stuff like that. Whereas the school of thought that I come from or I follow in Buddhism and otherwise, they also say that, the moment your thought process changes, your action changes, your destiny changes and stuff. And there are so many cases which have happened in our Buddhism, meetings that some people have been told, I think I shared this before, examples like, they can't conceive and certain things will not happen and this could go wrong and that could go wrong, and they've actually joined the practice and they've been guided by the mentors and the leaders to pray and chant and stuff, and a lot of stuff has changed in their lives. Okay, so there's so many people, there's so many prayers that get answered, and there's so many situations which people have come out and stuff like that. So this is something which is actually this is on Bhagavad Gita. So Bhagavad Gita is also an Indian. Uh, I think everybody knows this. It's from India, and Bhagavad Gita is keeping Lord Krishna in mind. I'm not a very strict follower of him, but I know that the Krishna psychology and Bhagavad Gita plays a very important role in the lives of a lot of people and stuff. And this was a discourse given by Lord Krishna. So, Lord Krishna is also sharing here, you have the power to change your life. So, in today's fast paced world, life can become a little overwhelming. Many of us are using tranquilizers, mood boosters, and alcohol and stuff like that to brighten up our days. And the thought of self spoils the show. So, we are obsessing over drains like these where we are kind of getting kicks of getting kicks for energy and life through these through these channels and stuff. Something in moderation is not bad, but then I already shared this before many years back. Moderation, there's no definition of moderation, okay? But the point is having a good control on yourself on bad habits makes sense. So obsessing over these items and these frivolous tranquilizers and all that is like used to basically get energy to drive enthusiasm and creativity, and it can lead to errors, mediocre thinking, and a big failure. So the Bhagavad Gita encourages you to live, work, and stay in the spirit of service and sacrifice for a higher cause. So the sun gives us valuable light and heat, flowers give us a fragrance, bird sings, peacocks dance, rivers give life, no element in nature. Actually, no element in nature goes working without a selfish purpose except human beings and stuff. Okay, so only human beings suffer from the so-called anxieties and stress and stuff like that. And Krishna says empathetically in Bhagavad Gita that you have to be unselfishly working, and only when you are unselfishly working you're going to gain success, happiness, and spiritual growth. And selfishness is only going to give you misery. So everyone is born with a gift or talent. So what's yours? Identify yours. What's your game changer? I mean, the world goes talking about stuff that they've been doing for many years and generations and stuff. But would you have imagined to become, let's say, Sachin Tendulkar or Kapil Dev? Would you have been a Tiger Woods? Would you have been they're talking about cricket. Would you have been a musician? Would you have been an artist if you were going to follow the path which was shown to you and shared by your family and your friends and stuff like that? So, how do you recognize what is it that you want to do? What is it that you must follow to identify your dreams and stuff? And I believe that, as you're kind of growing through your college and your school and your childhood and your adulthood and stuff like that, your direction of life changes. It doesn't remain the same. And I'm a live example here. I never really planned my life. I just went with the flow. So, I'm going to not share the stuff about my life and stuff, but I've been with the flow. And I've seen some tough times where I've been jobless for a number of years and stuff. But then, of course, that was a challenge which most of us go through, which is when we are switching over from corporate life and not having a job to kind of taking a sabbatical and figuring out what to do. And of course, I think in certain cases I was overqualified because my last job was like, as per the existing brands. I don't know what it was. But anyways, the point is this: I think destiny had a different plan and stuff. So the advice of Bhagavad Gita and Lord Krishna and the author who shared it here, I think she's a lady who stays here in our neighborhood, and she writes this in the morning at 4 o'clock, is sharpen your intellect. The intellect, the intelligence, the reasoning, uh, which help you navigate life's challenges, which help you navigate life's obstacles, and where intellectualism and when education and knowledge directs your actions towards your goal, you generate an energy which you feel deeply for the goal. And the more devoted you are, the more you love your work, the more you are going to work consistently, and you're not going to be, like I shared a few days back, in this hellish thing of looking for a job and giving yourself explanations and answers and stuff like that. Well, tough luck if people don't find it, but the moment you start concentrating on an action without really thinking about what went wrong in the past and what without really thinking too far, you're going to be in the moment and you're not going to have any such so called anxieties or issues or concerns or whatever. I avoid using the word anxiety because every second person talks so casually and easily about it. I mean, you may not even feel it, and people put it in your head that you're going through this and stuff. And I'm also saying this, that the results are going to be astounding if you're going to kind of focus on greatness. You're going to recognize the pivotal rule of teamwork in achieving your success. You're going to be able to inspire others with a higher purpose. So, when you're working on a higher purpose, reach out to them with love and affection. Give them a reason to come to the work excited for a cause, not because you've hired them or you're paying them salaries and stuff like that, or you're their bosses, but give them a purpose, give them a reason, and give them this hope and inspiration where they can want to come back and talk about it. And I'm going to link this to this program which we've been sharing, and I think I've also been candidly sharing my thoughts. About the Shark Tank India. You have so many speakers who talk ill and talk bad, and they look most of the international and Indian brands and agencies who are doing worldwide work in a bad light and stuff. Children and youth are affected by it. They are not looking at entrepreneurship. They're not looking at designing. They're not looking at branding, marketing, researching in a positive light, because in the name of entertainment, this stuff is shown to them and stuff, and there has to be a control on this, because if you're going to be talking about your own country, you're going to talk about being in number one or number three bracket, you have to take control of these issues as well. And the author saying the positive impact will be profound. There is a reason and occasion to serve the cause. There is a reason to achieve your goal. And when you're kind of sharing your goals with your team members and like-minded people and stuff, you can have outstanding results. So society equates success with money. Oh my god, this is so real. This is so, I mean, me, I don't know what it is. It is restricted in materialistic riches, but the Bhagavad Gita teaches you that true success is beyond more wealth. It is about happiness and fulfillment. Invest in your own happiness, invest in your self growth, invest in your personal growth, and wealth will flow effortlessly. As you are going to tap into your limitless potential, start by shifting your focus from profiteering to offering as well. Identify your passion, work hard, and engage people in meaningful work and stuff. Embrace a journey of self discovery. You have the power to change your life and inspire people around you. Let's unleash that greatness together, and each step brings you closer in becoming extraordinary people, whether through your work, through your relationships, through your creative pursuits, because the world is waiting for you to offer this. But the question is, what do you have to offer to the world? Okay, so I mean, you may not be in a job, you may not even be working sometimes, but you can be a beacon of hope. I mean, there's times when I've not been working and I've had some people sitting around with me and they're talking and sharing their issues and concerns. And by God's grace, I've been able to guide them, and we've been able to bounce off ideas. And we are kind of able to have that infectious, energy, kind of spread on each other, and we've gone forward. So the point is, think through. This Do you have the power to change your life? I will link it now also to Buddhism. Yes, you have the power to change your life. Karma is action, action is thoughts, and thoughts are kind of something which you kind of can only better if you're reading, or if you're reading, or if you're kind of improvising, and you're soaking up good information and knowledge. And I feel that a lot of people are told casually when they're sharing their thoughts and minds and stuff like that by idiots, or by not so impressive people, or people who think they know it all, or whatever. Boss gyan milne wala hai. The thing is this, that this derogatory outlook towards the concepts that you're presenting, or even thought sharing, or whatever, is actually the inferiority or superiority complex of a lot of people. So have confidence in yourself, believe in your information, believe in your knowledge. If somebody thinks you're going wrong, so be it. If somebody thinks you're preaching, so be it. If somebody thinks that you're being overconfident, so be it. But have confidence and have belief in yourself and stuff, and keep improving. And no one perspective works anywhere, especially in the journey of life and stuff, because what you were 10 years back, you're going to realize you're not going to be this today. So I woke up in the morning thinking, how has my life changed? And people say you're going through the nostalgia journey off and on, but the point is you have to pause and think about what is changing. I've left so many people behind. I've lost touch with so many of my friends and my college people and everything. I've lost touch with some people along the way in my careers, but then I focus on whom do I have around me. And the point is, do I really need people around me all the time to feel good and to feel understood and to feel kind of loved and successful and stuff like that? I don't think so. I think a person just needs himself or herself. And when you have that confidence in you, that you are akele kafi, you're good enough alone, that's when the major empowerment helps. Rest of it is bouncing off ideas. A community is full of people, community is full of children, community is full of like-minded people and stuff. So it doesn't take anybody to complete you. But the point is, find a bigger reason, find excellence, find greatness, find some goals, make some goals, and go forward. Because when you have no goals, you're going to be like as they say, like a idiot is a word which is so casually used. But yes, people who have no plans, people have no direction, they're not steering their life, they're allowing life to steer them. And the point is that you maybe casually address names by people and stuff, but the point is, take it in your stride, flush it, and move on. And you can only have the impossible happening if you have a goal, or if you have a plan. If you are just going haywire, you're wasting your time on the phone. I see people talking 1 hour on the phone, but they have 10 minutes not to spare to talk to their people and their friends and family. So that's a question. So anyways, you have the power to change your life. Change yourself first, and everything around you changes. Okay. And this is something which people say, हम क्यों change करें, हम क्यों बदले, बाकी दुनिया क्यों नहीं change कर सकती? तो बाकी दुनिया भी आपके बारे में ये सोचेगी कि आप क्यों नहीं change हो रहे हैं पहले. So work on yourself first before you expect anything. Direct all your actions towards your goals. There is no easy way to success. You have to do the work. You have to do the work. Without the work, it's not going to happen. And miracles may happen. You may be lucky, your parents or your family is taking care of you, or you have luck on your side and stuff. But real success, and people recognize you when they see you doing the substance work and stuff. And I've already shared this, that success is not just about money. It is participation also, it is thought sharing also, it is what you bring on the table, it is the impact you can make, it is the number of people you inspire, it is the positive impact you're having, it's the hope that you give to people, and it's his willingness to do stuff and go forward beyond yourself. Okay, so love and luck, and take care, have fun, read this article. It's on Times of India, and I love the caption. It says guns make wars, but guts make peace. And at the bottom of this you have this, I think this is his lady, I think no, she's not the one. So read this article and have a blast and enjoy your day, and wishing everybody a great start to the weekend ahead. Trust me and believe me, you're stronger and smarter than you think. Avoid spending time on unnecessary nonsense and stuff, and get some newspapers, get some magazines, soak up information. That's the crux of it all. And take it as a compliment when people tell you that you are too intelligent, you're too smart, you are too this and you're too that, because it is a compliment. So love and luck, and take care, have fun, and have a blast. Cheers. You can write to me on jkapani@gmail.com, justinekapani.im@gmail.com, and justinekapanioffice@gmail.com. Have fun and have a blast. Bye bye. Cheers.